Oh, thank you so much, Brian Harris and the New Thought Messengers. Hello. Oh, let's do that again. Hello. There we are. What a delight to be with all of you this day that love has made. I am Shannon O'Hurley. I'm the community spiritual leader here, and it's one of the greatest honors of my life. I want to also welcome those of you who are joining us from online, from wherever you are in the world. Know that you are here with us in this inclusive, compassionate, progressive, spiritual community that is dedicated to doing our own work and then walking that out into the world to help make this world a better place for all people. And if you are new or newish, if you're dipping your toe in, welcome. Either here in person or online, I invite you to check out our website. We're just doing a lot. And it's just good work in the world, and I invite you to see what we're up to. We also have information on our table here in the lobby and downstairs. For those of you who are here for the first time, I want to let you know downstairs we have a beautiful gift shop and bookstore, and there's always nosh and coffee after service. So just know that we have created a mindful, thoughtful place for you, just as you are this day. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's all take a deep breath. And as we do every week here in Lake Oswego, we acknowledge that we are on the indigenous land of the Kalapuya people. And we affirm indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. And now I would like to also invite all of us here and those of you online to share with one voice, as you are comfortable, our vision and our mission. Our vision, recognizing our oneness, we envision a world that works for everyone and all creation. And our mission, providing spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. I want to take a moment and acknowledge our beloved online practitioners in Colorado. Practitioners Annette Nelson and Beth Doyle are hosting our online folks. Thank you so much for doing that. We love you all so very much. And if you haven't yet silenced your cell phone, if you would be so kind, we would all appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. We have a really special service. Shelly Walker is going to bless us with her wisdom this day, and we have our special, wonderful musical guest, Jessie Powers. Hi, Jessie, love. Welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. I also want to let you all know I have my own personal special guest. My oldest daughter, Livia. Liv is here from Wyoming. Yes. And along with Liv is my first grandbaby in her belly. And it's a boy. I finally have a boy after 4 girls. So glad you're here with us, Liv. So let's just take a moment together and anchor this time in prayer. I invite you to take a deep breath in. What a blessing to be here at this time, to have incarnated here on the planet right now, to experience an uprising of love. And what a blessing we get to join together in this love, in this joy, in this truth. Knowing that this one divine spirit that woke us up this morning and got us here this day, wherever you may be online or along your journey this week, this is a divine appointment this day with Spirit. And what I know with my whole being is that each one of us hears exactly what our soul is calling us forth to hear, so that we grow and expand even deeper in our faith and in this love. I give so much thanks for the many hands that make this service all that it is. Oh my gosh, our beloveds that take such good care of our children, our technical team, our music team, our practitioners. I give so much thanks for the wisdom that moves through our ministerial intern, Shelly Walker. What a blessing. how good it is to be together in spirit this day. And so from this place of grace and gratitude and thanks, with an open heart, I say, and so it is. Blessed be, blessed be. And now I would like to just take a quick moment and invite all of you, if you wouldn't mind, to turn around and wave to our beloveds at home so they really feel the energy and the love in this space. The grace that is here. It makes such a difference. Thank you for doing that. And now this is our time for our spiritual practice. And really what this is a prayer set to music. So we're going to invite Jesse up. And I'm going to invite all of you to stand as you are able. We're turning the lights down in the sanctuary so that you can really let this music, this prayer wash over you. Feel free to move your body, to sing this prayer, whatever feels comfortable. Thank you.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Let the peace wash over. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Let the joy wash over us. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. Let the love wash over. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. And so it is.
Good morning. We hear today from Mark Nepo from his book of Awakening. There is a wind that keeps blowing since the beginning of time. In every language ever spoken, it continues to whisper. You must meet the outer world with your inner world, or existence will crush you. Though we often think that hiding our inwardness will somehow protect or save us, it is quite the opposite. The heart is very much like a miraculous balloon. Its lightness comes from staying full. Meeting the days with our heart prevents collapse. This is why 90-year-old widows remain committed to tending small flowers in spring. Why painters, going blind, paint more. Why composers, going deaf, write great symphonies. This is why, when we think we can't possibly try again, we let out a sigh that goes back through the centuries. And then, despite all our experience, we inhale and try again. And so it is.
Thank you, John. It is such a treat to have Jessie Powers with us today. Please give her a warm welcome.
Hello. I'd like you to imagine that you are on a beach for this song. It's very groovy, and it reminds me of a sunny day at the beach. I got everything I wanted, still it didn't make me feel alive. Isn't it the things you didn't know you need that open up your eyes? I love that. Yes. And of all the things that I could do, there's only one worth doing. Of all the things that I could be, there's only one that's true. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I'll give you a hint. It's being present. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I had every good intention, but you know that paves the way to hell. Oh well. Chasing every pleasure to forget the pain, but I forgot myself. And of all the things that I could do, there's only one worth doing. Of all the things I thought I knew, there's only one that's true. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Just totally being in the moment. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Dance as you are able. Isn't it a wonder that I'm still breathing? Oh, such a miracle, heart still beating. Isn't it a wonder that I'm still breathing? Oh, such a miracle, heart still beating. Breathing, that's a miracle, isn't it? Beating, oh, breathing, hey. It blows my mind, it blows my mind, it blows my mind. It blows my mind, it blows my mind, it blows my mind. Isn't it a wonder that I'm still
Jesse Powers with the New Thought Messengers. A talent like that blows my mind every time. Thank you. Hello again. You came back. I came back. I am practitioner and ministerial intern Shelly Walker, and it is an absolute joy and pleasure to be with you today. And I'm so happy that we get this time together. I'm so happy that we get this 1 hour together to remind ourselves of the truth of that inner world so we can meet the outer world with it. Last week, Reverend Shannon taught us so powerfully about what it means to live the beloved community, and she showed us how lives are transformed when when this community takes a stand for love in action. If you have ever contributed to this community in any way, with your finances, with your time, with your talent, just by showing up and being part of the energy of love that we are, make sure that you go to our YouTube channel if you haven't already seen it and watch the talk from last week. It was called Ordinary Mysticism, This Shared Path, and learn how we do beloved community here at NTCSL. Reverend Shannon, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So this week, I had the opportunity to see Secretary Hillary Clinton in conversation with our governor, Tina Kotek. And it was a wonderful evening. And one thing really stuck out to me, and it was the way Secretary Clinton said that her entire life of service, and y'all, she is still at it. She has like 9 different foundations. Like, it's amazing what she's doing. She said that her entire life of service has been based on what she learned in the Methodist Church growing up. John Wesley, the founder of the Reform movement that came to be known as Methodism, this is what he said. He said, "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can." And she had that memorized. She just said that because that is her life's credo. Do all the good you can by all the means you can. In Ordinary Mysticism, this book that we've been studying this month, and I'm so grateful, Reverend Shannon, that we chose to focus on mysticism in this month of October. Mirabai Starr talks about her friend, Father Greg Boyle. And we have talked about Father Greg Boyle quite a bit around here. I'm going to tell you, at ministerial school, he's like a superstar. Like, we all fangirl over the priest, Father Greg Boyle, because he's amazing. Because he's amazing. He is the founder of the world's largest and most successful gang intervention and rehabilitation program, Homeboy Industries. He offers a way out of the hopelessness and despair of intergenerational gang violence. And he opens a circle of kinship and connection that changes lives, that saves lives. I want to read a little bit about what Mirabai Starr, they're personal friends, and I want to read a little bit about what she says. She says, like flowering plants in a desert, the homies, as Father G fondly calls them, flourish when they come into contact with this unexpected, seemingly unearned, and extravagantly unconditional love. Have you ever bumped up against a love like that? Unearned, unconditional, and extravagant. It's life-changing, this kind of love. But sometimes they don't make it. They shoot each other. They go back to prison. They get shot and leave their mothers bereft, their siblings abandoned, their communities shattered. She says, how does Father G, who at the time of this writing had buried over 258 young people. How does he endure such huge suffering? And she says it's by disarming his heart again and again, by believing against all odds in the power and radiance of love to outshine the ignorance of otherizing, by refusing to affirm a God that is both tame and unapproachable, and saying yes instead to a God who is wild and warm. Saying yes to a God that is wild and warm. Father Greg said, God doesn't have a range of responses. I like this, I don't like that. It is one singular response. I will carry you no matter what. He said, carry the wildness of welcome and hospitality. Erase lines, dismantle the barriers that exclude. The motto of Homeboy Industries is there is no us and them, there is only us. There is no us and them, there is only us. God is love, yes, Greg tells me, but that's not so much about how God is as where God is. It's geographical. God lives in the loving. The more you love, the more it is amplified. Love never stops loving. The lovingness of God isn't about how it is or what it is, but about where it is. I love that idea. And I know and you know that there's only one Father Greg Boyle, and there's only one John Wesley. There's only one Mother Teresa. There's only one Dr. Martin Luther King. But we also know that our charge is to be the love we seek. And I don't know about you, but I am having, let's just say I'm finding it challenging right now to be the love in all the places. When that brilliant part of me that wants to dissect and discern and judge is oh so active. Perhaps, like me, you have found yourself in a relationship with someone that you dearly love, but that you are having a hard time connecting with right now. Perhaps, like me, the divide feels too wide, and the ideological differences feel too deep. And I am not 100% sure about how we're going to get past those differences, but I am sure about one thing. Hearts and minds have never been changed by us building walls and hurling memes at each other over the walls. Not yet, and we've tried. I've tried. I was thinking about a person in my life that I love and can't talk to right now when this video popped up across my feed. And I'm going to show you a clip from this video. This is actor Betty Hart that we're going to see. And in this TED Talk, she's teaching us the difference between society canceling someone because they are toxic to humanity and their voice needs to no longer be amplified, and us as an individual cutting someone out of our life because of an ideological difference. So with that as the setup, I'm going to show you a short clip of her TED Talk. John?
Before the term was coined, I canceled my father. My daddy is the first person to have told me that I was beautiful. He often told me that he loved me, and he was one of my favorite people in the entire world, which was why it was really challenging to discover that we had a deep ideological divide that was so sincere and so deep that caused me to not talk to him for 10 years. Now, let's be clear. I am not denying anyone's right to cancel anyone else. What I'm suggesting is that maybe that's not the best way. Compassion means to suffer with someone, to suffer alongside them. Imagine when someone, say grandpa, says that thing that's caused you to decide he's no longer invited to Thanksgiving. What if instead we chose to suffer alongside him? We decided that our love was so big, so deep, so strong that we were willing to suffer even when it could be potentially painful. What if we're the only person, because of our deep connection and love and affection for our grandfather, and substitute anyone you choose? What if we're the ones to plant seeds of change? I cannot promise you that just because you plant the seed, that it will get water, that it'll get any sunlight, or even a little fertilizer. But what I can tell you is that if you don't plant it, who will? This idea of suffering alongside someone, it means that we are choosing to value the totality of the person rather than one particular aspect, like a framework or a mindset or a belief system. We're choosing to believe that the entire person is more valuable than any of the individual parts. After 10 years of not talking to my dad, I picked up the phone one day, called him and said, I bet if it were up to you, you'd probably go back in time and change some things. I know I would. But since we can't, how about we start again? And he said, yes, because I love you. I always have, and I always will. I am so grateful that I made that call, because there was no way for me to know that a few years later, my dad would develop Alzheimer's. And a few years after that, he would die. And we never saw eye to eye about the thing that divided us, ever. But our love continued. My mind has changed over the years and grown because of the people in my life who planted seeds in me, some that I saw and some that I didn't. So wouldn't it be great if we create a compassion culture where we are willing to suffer alongside the ones we love because we love them? And can't we become a community that plants seeds?
About the things that I'm right about in this relationship. You too? I know. I didn't want to see that video, and I want to thank you for suffering through it with me. It strikes pretty hard right now, knowing that my election ballot is sitting on my kitchen table, filled out and ready to be dropped off this week. And knowing that so is his. And that they look literally like exact opposites of each other. It's hard. It's hard. Do you have any people like that in your life? At work? Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. My commitment to being the right one in the relationship is not serving the relationship. And it's not serving my deep desire to live a compassionate life, to lead with my compassionate heart. Now, I just want to be clear, what we're talking about here is not moving someone out of your life because the relationship is abusive. That is not canceling. That's a healing and healthy boundary. So let's be really clear about that right now. What we're talking about is actually a privilege, because choice is a privilege. Allowing someone to have access to your heart and your mind, it's an act of privilege. But when we do have that privilege to be at choice, as mature and maturing spiritual beings, we get to ask the hard question of, am I willing to lead with compassion here? I loved when she said, I kept rewinding and watching this one sentence over and over again, when she said, to believe that the entire person is more valuable than one individual part. That is an act of profound love and courage, my friends. Profound love and courage. I am 51 years old, and what I have learned over the course of this lifetime is that relationship is messy. There it is. That's really, I'm done. Enjoy your Sunday. That's all I've got. Relationship is complicated, it's messy, it's not linear, and it is not simple. And many of us have deeply embedded trauma responses that urge us to flee. And it takes courage. It takes courage to stand in the discomfort, in the suffering, if you will. It takes so much courage to stand in that discomfort, to see the whole person as a valuable entity, and to proceed with love. Like Father Greg Boyle, we have to disarm our hearts again and again, don't we? Like Father G, we are invited to believe that against all odds, the power and the radiance of love will outshine everything else. That love is stronger than everything else. Like John Wesley, we are compelled to do all we can in every way we can to help this hurting world. And I wish that I could tell you that all that required was you sitting in your comfy chair, learning how to love yourself, because that's so important, but that's only half of the relationship. We don't get to just love ourselves and then pretend that the rest of the world is okay. It's not enough to learn how to love yourself, because the price you pay for the gift of this life is loving each other. Many, many of you have reached out to me and to Reverend Shannon in anxiety over this election, for good reason. There is a lot at stake during this election. The other thing that you're reaching out about is your anxiety about what happens next for our country, no matter who wins. And I have two things I want to say about that. One is, make sure you join us next Sunday, November 3rd, for a very special service that Reverend Shannon has planned, where she will be leading us in spiritual practice, and we will be praying for the soul of our nation. We will do that work of seed planting that Betty talked about. We will do that work. And this isn't partisanship. This is praying for the soul of our nation, for the good of our democracy. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to say about election anxiety is this, and stay with me here. We kind of jumped in the deep end this week, didn't we? I'm sorry about that. There's just so much important stuff to talk about. Listen, I saw a meme the other day that said that the antidote to depression isn't joy, it's creativity. And I don't know that that's true for everyone, especially those with clinical depression. But it spoke to me personally in the kinds of situational depression, those life peaks and valleys that I have found myself in. I don't actually use the word depression for those, because for me, depression is a very serious clinical thing that requires the help of a professional. And at times in our lives, we have these peaks and valleys. I call mine recessions. Recession. And what I've found over time when I'm in one of those valleys is that my energy it pulls back, it recesses. I feel tired from the things of the world, and I find myself very protective of my energy, my physical energy, my emotional energy, my energy. And what I have found is that a simple act of creation gives that energy that I've been hoarding for myself. An act of creation actually gives it a portal of expression into the world. And it kind of breaks a dam in my heart that allows that energy to flow again. We're creatures of flow. We're meant to flow, right? And so this kind of spoke to me, this idea that that creativity is the antidote to depression, not joy. We don't happy our way out of a recession. We create our way out of that recession. Well, that started me thinking about anxiety, election anxiety in particular, but anxiety in general. And again, we're talking about situational anxiety, not clinical anxiety. But I was thinking, when I'm in those places of anxiety, my tendency is to want to know more and control everything. My husband is laughing madly over here, and I'm going to pretend that that's okay. Because it is. I don't know about you, but so for me, anxiety is a clutch everything to my chest kind of thing. I don't know how it feels for you. And I started wondering, what if it's not letting go that's called for? What if it's not surrender that's called for, which has been my usual go-to for anxiety? Divine order is happening here. In time, on time, God's time. Divine order is happening here. In time, on time, God's time. What if that's not what's called for sometimes? What if the antidote to anxiety is actually love? What if the antidote to anxiety is love? Can we extend ourselves so completely in love that we become the seed planters? And not just plant the seeds, but water them with compassion and fertilize them with love? What if the antidote is doing the good work of loving ourselves and each other? What if that's all we can do? Is it possible that that's enough? The question becomes, can you believe? Can you believe that love is stronger than hate, that love is more potent than fear, that love is more present than doubt? Can you believe in a love that never stops loving? Can you believe that you are the place where this love is located? In each week, at the end of each chapter, Mirabai Starr gives a writing prompt. And the last writing prompt of the book is, I would never have believed. And I'm not talking about I never would have believed it would come to this, which I'll admit has come out my mouth a good bit the last couple of weeks. This is, I never would have believed God would have shown up like this. I never would have believed that I could love myself so completely that it spills out into the world. I never would have believed that this is how love would show up on the planet. I never would have believed that it could be this good. I never would have believed. As we close out this month on mysticism, we're inviting you to continue to explore what it means to be an ordinary modern-day mystic. And so I want to read you one more thing, because she's one of my favorite authors, and I can't help it. This is a love note from Mirabai Starr to you. She says, I want you to want exactly what you have. A real life. With its clogged plumbing and flight delays, its cool sheets and steaming showers, its free-floating anxieties and spontaneous foot rubs. Girls' night out, Monday night football, the death of your favorite uncle, and the birth of your first grandchild. Comings out and turnings in, your crisis of faith. I want you to want exactly to be who you are, a true human person doing their best to show up for this fleeting life with a measure of grace, with kindness and a sense of humor, with curiosity and a willingness to not have all the answers, with a reverence for life. You do not need to chant all night in a temple in the Himalayas. You don't have to be the newest incarnation of Mary Magdalene, thank God. All you have to do to walk the path of the ordinary mystic is to cultivate a gaze of wonder and step onto the road. Keep walking, rest up, and walk again. Fall down, get up, and walk on. I feel like we can apply this not only to how we are ever on that hunt to find God in the world, to find God in ourselves, to find God in the transcendence of it all, to find love in the world, to find love in ourselves, to find love in the transcendent nature of it all. But this also happens in our relationship with each other. That we find this love, we find this God, not only by being it for each other, but by trusting that it's there in the other person as well. By looking for it, by being willing to stand in the fire with that person, and to recognize that some of these disagreements that we are having, I want to be careful how I say this because there's some important conversations that are being had. But some of our need to be right isn't serving our need to be loved. Some of our showing up as rightness is interfering with our ability to be love. Love with the best boundaries. I'm a big fan of boundaries. I have never expressed love more purely than when setting a boundary for the health and safety of my children. And I've learned from that how to set those boundaries for myself and to see them as love. A healthy boundary doesn't mean I'm not willing to be uncomfortable with you, though. And I think that's where sometimes we get it wrong. We think that in our healthy boundary that we are protecting something precious, and we are. But that something precious doesn't just belong to us in relationship, does it? That healthy boundary comes with a deep sense of compassion, of that willingness to be in the presence, in discomfort, and to love and love and love again, and to fall down and to get up and do it again. We get to choose what is healthy. It's a privilege that I don't take lightly. We get to choose what's healthy for us. In our voting, we get to choose what's healthy for our democracy. In our community, we get to choose what is healthy for community. It's a wonderful thing. It's a powerful thing. And when it is open to the flow of love within it, I can't even believe how it shows up. I never would have believed that God would show up like this. I never would have believed in the good at the soul of this country. I never would have believed it. And yet here we are. Here we are, each of us doing what we think is right. So, the invitation this week is to really do some exploration work within yourself, okay? What do you really believe about the nature of the divine? What do you really believe about it? There's some interesting statistics that we ministerial school students like to look at a lot about what people believe and about why they go to church and why they don't go to church and who's spiritual and not religious. I am. And all of these kinds of things. What we are learning is that as the trappings of the old ways fall away, we are learning about a God that is everywhere present, whose nature is unconditional love, that looked at this world and said it needs a you, and that you have a soul that says yes, a sacred yes to that need for love in the world. Can you even believe it? That you are the sacred yes of the world? I can believe it for you. Can you even believe it? What do you really believe about the nature of the divine as you? And can you believe that that nature is love itself? And that as you do the work to lift the veils between your heart and that divine love, you become that loving geographical location of God that Father Greg talked about. So what are you willing to do? Who are you willing to be? I think this is a really powerful question to be in this week. I had a thought before the last debate. I can't believe I'm in it. This is like true soul confessions here. I had a thought before the last debate. I'm going to call this person and I'm going to say, let's watch the debate. And then you tell me one thing that my candidate said that you like, and I'll tell you one thing that your candidate said that I like. Because that way, I would have to listen. I would have to listen. I didn't have the courage to make that phone call. Because I wasn't in a place where I would be able to really hear. And now that I'm learning to see my life as sacred ground, to see this world as sacred ground, to see this election as sacred ground, to see this person as sacred ground, I think I can make that phone call now. I think I can say, I think I can meet this person in curiosity. And what I have learned about curiosity is that curiosity creates a space of safety in ways, because you aren't leading from a place of judgment. Reverend Shannon was quoting, I believe it was Brene Brown, who said, defense is the first act of war. Byron Katie, that's what I meant. Thank you. I had Byron Katie's face in my head. Byron Katie, defense is the first act of war. Oof. Oof. So I realize that going into the world undefended this week might not feel safe. So, number one, feel safe. Do what feels safe for you. And are you willing to lower the defense a little bit and lead with love? And lead with curiosity. Are you willing to learn how to be that place of love on the planet? We need you. We need you now. We need you today. We need you in this community. We need you in this country. We need what you have to offer. So the invitation is to lean into that love and let it lead the way. Let's pray on these things. I'd like to invite the practitioners forward. Not all of us are cut out to rehabilitate gang members. But every single one of us were cut out for the life that is before our feet. Every single one of us is cut out to meet the world from a place of love, because every single one of us is love and stardust made form. All of us, all of us. Every single one of us is the place where love shows up, because the love that I know, the God that I know, the divinity that I know, the deity that I feel right here and everywhere, this deity, this love, this God is so much greater, so much greater. I never would have believed how great the power of love is as me, as each of us. A love that passes all understanding. Love. And so in this moment, I invite this love to have its way with us, to wash away the places that have been afraid to make a connection because of our commitment to being right, or our commitment to the truth as we see it, or to our commitment to hold ourselves apart for whatever reason. What I know is that love guides, guards, directs, heals. Love loves. And there is nothing greater than this power of love on this planet. There is nothing greater than the power of love as us on this planet. There is nothing greater than a love as truth being made known on the planet. And so I invite each of us into a willingness, a curiosity, if you will, for what this love, what this trust, what this faith can look like on our tongue this week. Do we have the courage to be the seed planters? Do we have the courage to see each other as entire beings worthy of love? Do we have the courage to love from that place of truth? And as we move forward through this week, as we move forward in all ways, may this love lead the way. May this love itself be a lamp unto our feet. May this love itself clear the path of everything unlike it, so that we can stand, so that we can exist as beacons of love for each other. Could it be? Could it be? For all the places on the planet that celebrate this love, I give a profound thanks. For all of the people who are making decisions for other people's lives, I lift them up in love. Love is there too. In all of the hurting places, in all of the hurting people, love is there too. And we ask the question of, can we be the hands, the feet, the eyes, the arms, the hearts of God of love in all the places this day that we can reach as that love locates itself in us? Oh, for this activity of love, I'm so grateful. And in this love, we simply let it be. Blessed, blessed be. And so it is. And so it is. Blessed be. All right. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Right.
Oh, Shelly Walker, so beautiful. Thank you. You help us believe it. Thank you, dear one. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. So this is our time where we have an opportunity to pay it forward, to consciously give. Just know that everything you give allows us to be here, to do what we do, and to do all that we do in the world. I want to let you know this little card here. If you are a pledger, I want to thank you very much, and they're available as you walk in the doors if you're physically in the building. So if you are a pledger and you don't normally grab one of these, I invite you into that because it's nice to be able to put it in the basket when it comes around. Thank you to those of you who mail in your checks. You can text to give. The number is 503-966-3236. Also in the room, there's a QR code in the pew in front of you. Many ways to give. Thank you all for all. So with that, let us together say our blessing. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you.
Hello. First of all, intern schmintern Shelly Walker. That was amazing, amazing. So thank you for setting us up for an amazing week. Yeah. Second of all, thank you so much for having me. Third of all, shameless plug, I have a merch table out in the back. Please come and see me. And fourth of all, I just want to say this. I am the music director for a young adult group called Next Gen. Our umbrella ministry is called Spirit Uncensored. We hold retreats, and I just did one, which is why I'm in the area. And so if you know an 18 to 35-ish year old person, or if you are one of those people, please come and see me at my table. I will have info. It's always such an amazing, nourishing time, these retreats. And next year, we are also hosting an all-ages retreat. So you don't have to be 35-ish. You could be 55-ish or 95-ish. All right. So this is another one of those Dance If You're Able songs. And I have to teach you a little part before we start. 2 little parts. Ready? It's very easy. It goes like this. On the count of 3, I want you to do like a really strong huh, like that. Okay, ready? We'll practice. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay, and then the second part goes like this. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. It's so easy. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. You got it? Okay, I think you got it. Here we go. I wake up early to the morning sun. I don't know how it does it every day. It rises up and then it falls again. Born only to die away. Look in the mirror and I see myself. I don't know how I do it every day. Standing on this big blue rock, not knowing what I'm doing here. Still believing there's a reason, keep on keeping on my way. Each time I open my eyes, that's when I get to decide how I am gonna show up and show out in this life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up. That was amazing. Thank you. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. You follow instructions well. Get up. Oh, get up. Get up. And be grateful. Say, I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. And I'm thankful. Get up. Get up. Get up. And be grateful. I'm up. I'm up. And I'm ready to play. Yeah. Look at the clock. It's running day and night. Got no control in those little clock hands. A little soldier just marching through time. I'm so glad I am not a clock. I am alive and I can choose to dance each time I open my eyes. That's when I get to decide how I am gonna show up and show out in this life. 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up. You have no idea how happy that makes me.
a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, get up, get up, get up, and be grateful. Say, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, and I'm thankful. Get up, get up, get up, and be grateful. I'm up, and I'm ready for a kid solo. Give it a hand. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah. Everybody get up. Oh, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, 'cause it's a beautiful Thank you so much. Thank you to this amazing band. Y'all are very lucky to have them. Thank you.
Jesse Powers, everyone. What a delight to have you here, love. Oh, what a delight, what a delight. So just a couple of quick things to let you know. Today, directly following service for our local folks, we have a community-wide pumpkin carving and pizza party. It's right in the fireside room just down the hall and across the courtyard. Everyone is invited, adults, kiddos. We are an intergenerational community and we celebrate that. So come enjoy carving pumpkins and having pizza. And can you believe it? The season is upon us. It's here. The holidays, yes, yes. And we have our traditional Holiday Angels meeting on Sunday, November 10th from 12:30 to 1:30 Pacific. Again, here local Pacific time in the fireside room. A light lunch will be served. We have so many opportunities for all of y'all to join in with our giving tree and holiday decor, cookie baking, grounds cleanup, caring corner. And this is a time, and it's kind of become a tradition in our community where we get to, call all the angels in the community. And we get to share, break bread together, and look at the ways that we can serve and uplift others during this holiday season. Please do RSVP on our website, newthoughtcsl.org, so that we know how much food to prepare. Again, I just want to reiterate, next Sunday, November 3rd, is a very special service. And we are going to gather together in spiritual practice, and we're going to celebrate the uprising of love. And so I invite you, and if you know of anyone that is feeling some of the anxiety that Shelly so beautifully talked about, bring them to this service. This would be a great service for them to join. Thank you for all of you who are here in the sanctuary helping to co-create this experience this day. I also want to thank everyone online this day from all over Oregon and California and Colorado, Nebraska and Germany. We love you so, so very much. I want to also again thank our practitioners, Annette Nelson and Beth Doyle. Thank you so much for holding the space online for all of our beloveds there. And I'm going to also invite all of the practitioners here in the room to come forward if you'd be so kind. They are available for prayer after service. If there's anything on your heart, any anxiety, any difficulty, anything that you are carrying, please don't leave still carrying that. All you have to do is just share a few words about what's happening, and the practitioners will take over from there. They're steeped in the art of affirmative prayer, and they will support you. Again, also a reminder here in the room, Jesse has merch. A fabulous table, by the way. There's a lot of cool things back there. please do check that out. Also, those of you online know that our practitioners online are also going to be available for prayer for you. And you can just, all the information's there in the chat box, or you can go online and get the information how to pray with a practitioner after service, and you'll be in a private room with them for prayer. So if, Shelly Walker, come on up, darling. Can we hear it again for Shelly? Thank you so much. Intern schmintern forever, Jesse. Forever. Intern schmintern.
Just for 7 more months.
7 more months until August. Yes, yes, yes. So exciting. Please stand as you are able.
Oh.
Take it away. Take it away.
May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light until we meet again.
May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way.
You are so loved.
I release and I let go. I let